Walauwa is the name given to a feudal, colonial manor house in Ceylon of a native headman. It is also reference to the feudal social systems that existed during the colonial era. Kandyan war hours. There were 18 main war hours in the Kandyan kingdom of Ceylon. These were other prominent Kandyan war hours: Dullewe Walauwa, Jatanuwara, Miduma Walauwa, Rambikana, Rajamanthri Walauwa, Rajawela, Rambikwela Walauwa, Eatonligada Walauwa, Ambardanigada Walauwa, Kobakajua Walauwa, Nushagada Walauwa, Katagastota. Sathara Karal war hours. There were 30 main war hours in the Sathara Karal of Ceylon according to the Sathara Karal Vidipantha. There were in alphabetical order: Sath Karal Walauwa. Prominent Low Country war hours. There have been a number of other prominent, well-known war hours in Ceylon outside the Kandyan kingdom. These war hours comprised a mix of Sri Lankan, Portuguese, Dutch and English architecture. Decline and current states. The word Walauwa may not have a Sinhalese origin. It is unclear whether it was a Sinhalese word from the beginning, but this word may have been adapted from the Tamil word Walur. In Sinhalese, it gives a plural sound rather than the singular word Walur, which means mansion. The typical Sinhala term is Mahagedara. The English word of Walauwa, Bullshit manor or manor house, and it's a large house with lands. The war hours and its owners were supported by the larger lands and estates they possessed. These were either land grants from kings or government service, or acquired by successful enterprise and passed down through generations. Their owners were the landed elites of Ceylon. As such, they gained a status of power and wealth. A notable feature of many of these war hours, especially Kandyan war hours, was an interior open space garden known as the Meadamidula. There is another theory about war hours. Walauwa means a place where a judgment is given. Those people who occupied the war hours had the authority to pass judgment over people with the authority provided by a royal decree, either Sinhala or English. The older war hours were neither tiled, very large or highly ornate, as the king had placed certain restrictions and laws. Many of the war hours beyond the jurisdiction of the king or after the fall of the Kandyan kingdom sprang up to be large and ornate, displaying architectural influences from beyond Sri Lanka and South India. Mansions replaced the war hours in the urban areas towards the latter part of the 19th century. Though they were referred to as war hours by the public, the owners usually referred to them with modern names. There are many large mansions of more recent origin which are not war hours, both in the Kandyan and the Low Country areas. This, however, has changed in the years after independence, with the rise of a powerful middle class based on profession and enterprise. The elites held much power within the political cycles. The most significant change occurred in the 1970s with the socialist-style land reforms that were brought into place. This limited private land ownership to 50 acres, and private home ownership to 2 houses. Most families sold off the lands or had them taken over by the government. They retained the war hours, yet over the years found it hard to maintain them, resulting in many falling into a dilapidated state, while some were razed to the ground, such as the Mahakapina Walauwa and Ragama Walauwa, which were constructed in the 16th century. Some were bought for state use, or others have now been converted into hotels and shopping complexes such as the Ratpot Walauwa, Rajamanthri Walauwa and the New Walauwa.